It smelled as though someone had farted in the box and sealed it up. And I don't know if that's possible. It could not have smelled more like someone bought a fart.
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions.
You scolded me for eating.
No one wants you eating on a podcast. And by the way, Iliza, you know when we record, right now it is 6 p.m. I have just gotten off work. So I've been working for 8 hours today. Now I'm going directly into recording. I have not had a break to eat. But you're sitting there eating a fresh bowl of pasta.
It's not pasta. It's kitchery. And you would I'm sorry. It's split pea soup. And you would never. I'm eating it for fiber, which is what I wanted to talk about.
Here's the other thing, Iliza. You know what you eat on this show? Goops.
Because you won't let me eat baby carrots.
Because nobody likes either of those things. And
do you want to hear what the rest of the sentence was in my head?
About baby carrots?
Because you won't let me eat baby carrots, you fucking bitch. I'm so sorry.
You're just so mad. Why do you always eat? You're never eating a sandwich on white bread. You're either eating a baby carrot or a oatmeal or a porridge.
I'm heart healthy. This is my last bite and we can talk about it.
We can talk about... nobody likes this. What were you doing when you wanted to record earlier?
I really try to be a person who eats for maximum efficiency. And sometimes I'm not that. Like last night when I had like 4 cups of wine and a bunch of roasted, barbecued, smoked pork shoulder. Don't talk over the punchline, which was pork shoulder. Cups.
That's not a punchline when your husband's a barbecue chef.
No. Do not go to the mat with me on phonetically what a punchline is, because pork shoulder is very funny. And they were cups. Because I don't believe in stemware for an outdoor party. I'm not buying a bunch of like fake stemware or glass stemware. We had people over and I was working out this morning and we were talking about how what you really need to do as you get older is lift heavy weights. And in order to maximize that, you need to eat protein. And I was saying to Alicia, I was like, my body does really crave protein. And I find that you can, like, you make an egg, then you got to clean the pan. And I don't believe in powders and like garbage, like those mega things, like mega fat burn, like you're scooping it in. I like a clean shake. That is why I like Kachava, actually. But I just think a lot of the things out there, it's got to be clean. Like you just got to eat chicken breast and eggs. And then at the same time, you have to eat a lot of fiber. And so I was eating a bowl of split pea soup to just move it along. I was just trying to get it in.
Why are you moving it along at the beginning of our recording? Keep it in.
I was almost done. Keep it in, you guys.
Keep it in while we record. Nothing should be moving along.
You as a woman in your 40s, like there just isn't enough time to do all the things. So I just try to strip away as many things as possible and like only consume liquids that are either my cup of coffee or 2 or water, maybe occasionally a Diet Coke. But that's it. Like I just try to like strip away all the times you would have a bullshit snack. I just try to eat something clean. And we can't have these conversations in our country because people whose job it is to have their feelings hurt will be like, well, what if I don't have access? You have access to knowledge. And even at a basic level, if you have that knowledge, you can make the decision to eat like a scoop of like non-GMO peanut butter versus a Snickers. Like you can make the choice. People don't want to make the choice. I don't have all the money in the world for a bunch of like magnesium sex dust powders. So I just eat a bunch of vegetables. I'm just doing my best. And yet I feel awful all the time.
Well, I'm glad you're drinking water. That's good for you.
I think you'll see. You'll get older and you'll be like, we also have, this is coming out in August, but I will tell you, a warehouse is on fire in Los Angeles.
Oh, I heard.
Boyle Heights, which is like kind of fucking arrest me, East LA, South LA. Like it's that way. It's on your way to like San Diego. It's like off the 5, I think. And I passed it. And I had not been that close to something actually burning. Like, yes, the LA fires happened. I didn't see any of that with my eyes because we got the fuck out of here and evacuated. This building is not really on fire as much as it is just smoking. Like it's probably on fire internally. Billowing, yellow, toxic smoke. It looked like it was CGI'd. And I could smell it from my house. And I live all the way in Hollywood. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, it smells, at first you're like, ooh, fall, someone's barbecue. And you're like, nope, in LA, if you smell fall, it's because something's on fucking fire. And it is, I feel really bad for everybody who lives around there. Like there's no way that's not going to absolutely wreck your lungs. It's frozen food. It's a cold storage unit. And the solar panels, kudos to them for having solar panels, caught fire.
I heard that the smoke was like, that there was just like white in the air. It was
You
just
can see it from the
heavy.
freeway. You can see it from, I think it was the 101 before I got to the 5. And it's otherworldly. So, and that's cool that our mayor isn't in LA the 2 times we've had something horrific. I don't think if you're the mayor of a major city, you should be allowed to leave the city while you are that mayor. What the
Is
fuck
it
are you
Ted
doing?
Cruz who's always hopping on a plane like, oh, there's a flooding, gotta go?
I think it was that one time and it was like with his
Twice.
daughter, but like Karen Bass, like you're with Barack Obama. Okay, you better be on a private plane back to your city. And I'm sure she was. I don't know, but I don't love that she like conspicuously is just like not here both times.
One of the fires, not the most recent really big one, but when I lived in LA in Burbank, I could see it from my room, my studio apartment. So my one room. And I was just watching it like, do we gotta go? Me and Gracie like, oh no.
That being said, I would still defend LA over any other city. Like, you should be ready at all times to be able to defend why LA is the best to anybody else who feels like telling you, no, it's Nashville. And I'll be like, where would you be without LA influence? You would have no yoga. You would have no green juices. That goes for you too, Austin. I hope you heard me. You would have no Gorgiana bullshit jewelry chains. You would have no Blue Mercury makeup. You would have no Warby Parker. All of these like late and millennial strip mall discoveries. None of that. We colonized those cities. And while I realize it's not the most fun to hear about me talk about my city being on fire and my mayor, I do have something fun for you. We have something fun right now. We have a gift for one lucky person. Notice I'm not saying winner because I know some of you are litigious. We have a gift. And we have decided to choose at random, and Emily's going to explain how the randomization worked, one lucky Patreon subscriber.
Yes. So I am looking, I can see everyone in our Patreon, and we are using a random number generator to choose a page and a person. And
A page and a person.
We're not going to tell you their whole name because that feels, but I'll tell you a first name.
Emily's counting something, so I'm going to tell you. We really believe in rewarding loyalty, and we are so blown away by the amount of not only old listeners, new listeners, loyal listeners, and Patreon subscribers. You guys have really come to play, and I want to reward that. So I'm giving away
Amanda B.
What I'm giving away today to you, Amanda B, I've decided to give away a set list.
That's cool. Iliza, I was so excited when you took us through your set list. That's fun.
Thank you. I could have given you a copy of Girl Logic or All Things Aside. I'm just saying, I wanted to do something unique. This particular set list, I'm looking at the bottom where I write a local suburb that I'll reference in my set. I want to say this is Florida because it says Winter Park, it says Islesworth and Pine Hills.
Ooh.
So what the hell does that say? Not North Tonawandin. And so what we have here, this says Millennial versus Gen Z. So this would have been a set list for a different animal. Thigh meat, Saturn Classic, Internet. So this is a very early set list from what was to become a different animal.
Yeah.
So some of these jokes didn't make it on. You can follow along, watch the special, and figure it out. So there. And then the word bitch is written at the bottom for my bit that is currently going viral about how no woman wants to be a bitch. This is a very early set list because I'm looking at some of the jokes, how little women actually have to do to turn men on.
And by the way, Amanda, our winner, is not a paid member. This is open to members of all Stars and Stripes of Patreon. So she's just a standard tier member where we have fun with the coffees and whatnot and the questions and the hanging out.
So we will mail this to you, and you do not have to be a U.S. citizen to receive one of our giveaways. It is chosen at random, and wherever you are, the show will pay to send it to you. And by the show, I
The
mean
show,
me
you.
and the little profit we make. And so here it is. Congratulations, Amanda B. It's coming to ye.
Oh, yeah.
What if she's like, I'm
fun.
actually not a stand-up fan. I've only heard your podcast. You can auction it off then. And you know what? I'll even sign it.
Yeah,
That
you
way
better.
know.
You kidding me?
Here, I'm signing it right here at the bottom.
Have we talked about this? Did you ever practice your signature? Like, I feel like everybody kind of, I've practiced my signature like as a kid, but did you ever practice like what's an easy version to do for autographs if I'm autographing 200 things tonight? Like where it's clear, because you have a very, as someone
We've
who
talked
collects
about this.
autographs. But
We've
you
talked
have such
about
this exact thing?
Well, we've just talked about, I just do Iliza like that.
Yeah.
Oops, hold on.
It's never going to show it. It's never going to see
So bright. There we go.
it. Yeah.
Because if you're somebody super famous, then the world will adjust to your script. Like if you're Michael Jordan, people will learn that means Michael Jordan. I wanted people to always be able to read it on a green room wall, on a piece of paraphernalia. And so it's that the problem is it's how I always sign my name. And so at my kid's school, you are supposed to send your kid with tzedakah, which is like charity. And then they donate it. So you they have to send like a little bag home and you put money in and then you write a little note to your kid about something great that they do. And I write the note and I always forget to write love mommy. And I just like write my like celebrity signature. Like love Iliza. Keep laughing. Iliza.
like, who's that?
I know.
Oh, it's such
Here's
muscle
some cash
memory
for the
though.
poor. Iliza.
Because
It is.
I appreciate a good signature. I have so many on my walls, and I like when somebody has a nice, like, legible but iconic signature. It's cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool.
I feel like I was looking through the questions, skimming them. And I don't know if you're saving it for the next episode, but some of these questions are thick girls. They are dense in the body.
We have some debts. I like to hop us around flow wise, get us some chunky ones, get us some little ones, get us some easy, some heavy, some light.
All paragraph body types are welcome here, but some of these are the Tianfu of bodies. Like they are chunky and meaty, but beautiful.
Perfect. Somebody commented and it made me laugh because, I described Tianfu. I was trying to get you to guess the word meat. And I said it's what Tianfu is made of. And someone was like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's knowing Iliza. I knew that you'd immediately go, oh, meat. And you did.
She's made of beef meat.
I don't know if it's beef or if it's dog.
It's dog beef. And it's so rare. If you have a dog and if your dog shakes their body, sometimes you can shake your dog meat so hard that it uncooks itself and becomes rare. So she shook her body, Blanche did this too, so hard that all the meat she was carrying around that was fully cooked became rare again.
Well, now that everybody knows who they're getting advice from, let's get into it. Hi, gang. First time question asker, but long time listener. My friend and I both took new jobs together.
Nude jobs.
This nursing job requires being on call with a 30-minute turnaround time. Now,
what does that mean?
So I think like they could call you and say, we need you in 30.
30
if you're a
inclusive
firefighter.
of the drive?
Let me Google it before I lie. What's a 30-minute turnaround?
Our listeners are screaming right now.
30-minute turnaround. Preoperative. Oh, okay. Or operating room nurse responsible for preparing a surgical room for the next patient in 30 minutes or less, or a nurse on call who must physically arrive at the hospital within 30 minutes. So
that's what it is.
That's what I said.
It's that one.
But I just guessed. Okay. So basically it's a job with like strict, you're on call, you got to get there. Now.
You got to get there.
She and I are not longtime friends, more so acquaintances for years and just now friends for the last 6 months. We've hung out, our husbands like each other, all that. But I really like her and our friendship and that we can hang out as couples and our husbands help each other with outdoor work. That's nice. When we had our interviews, they realized she lives an hour away. I live 20 minutes away. So she told them that she could just stay with me those nights to be able to make the 30-minute turnaround time. Oh, this is why I thought it, because I knew. She had not discussed this with me. She told me after our interview and said, that's all right, right? It's not that often. And maybe after a while, they can start to give me more notice so I can start staying home. I really didn't mind at first. And my husband was okay with it too. I should mention that this call is once a week and a whole weekend every 5 weeks. Plus,
Once a week?
once a week. And then the
You
whole
better start having
weekend
sex
every month.
really loud next to her.
Plus, I have to take the same amount of calls. So both of them dealing with this. Fast forward 6 weeks, we're still continuing this arrangement. My husband is getting a little tired, and I guess I am too. But here's my question. We are leaving town for 2 weeks, and she will have 2 days of call during that time. My husband does not want her staying here while we are gone. But I am afraid, since she was so open with inviting herself to stay initially, she might suggest that when I tell her we're leaving, she stay alone. I don't know how to tell her that she'll have to figure something else out or stay in a hotel while we are gone. And then do we go back to business as usual when I get back or what? And by the way, people at work overheard her suggesting that maybe they could start giving her like an hour heads up. And then we all got an email stating, we heard some chatter and the 30-minute policy is what we follow and was agreed upon at hiring.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose this friendship, but I don't know what to say to her. I never intended to be an Airbnb. Thank you, Iliza. I love your work and listening to your insight and quirky wisdom.
It's what? Oh, man.
Oh,
It's tough because she went. I kind of am a little bit like her. Like, you set up your own delusion and then you're like, you guys are going to give me different rules, right? Because I said it would work better. Meanwhile, no nurse is like, yeah, I just decided it would be an hour turnaround. The truth is, we need to be kinder to nurses, and hospitals should fucking bend over backwards to make these women who do the dirtiest and hardest work. That being said, what's tough is that she did not ask you and you allowed it. So she's going to be like, well, what changed? But you, for the sake of your privacy and your rest and your marriage and just the fact that it's your own home, you have to tell her she can't do it anymore. And and don't say the Airbnb thing, because then she'll be like, okay, I'll pay you, which is not what you want. You want her not there. And then she's going to say, well, why? Because it's going to be like, do you not trust me to go into your home? You don't need to give a reason. What I would say is, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. We kind of fell into this thing where you were staying at our house and I was like happy to help you out. And I always assumed you would be making another arrangement. And so I just feel like it's kind of like, you can just be like, it doesn't really work anymore. I think we kind of need to get our house back and kind of get into our own groove. And it's just a little too much for us right now. But I wanted to give you the heads up as we are going out of town for 2 weeks. So hopefully you can find something. And I just wanted to let you know that, like, that's the end of it. Like, once you've offloaded it, it doesn't really matter her response. Like, you need to get it out.
she's so in the wrong for just assuming at the interviews, being like, I'll stay with you. But here's the other problem. I think you let her, and her argument is going to be, well, I asked if it was okay and you said yes, and I accepted this job predicated on the fact that I could stay at your house for these 30 minutes.
And then you'll say, but you didn't. You said you could stay,
yeah.
And then you asked me after, and I wanted to help you. Hopefully it doesn't get to an argument like that where we're being litigious, but you could be like, yeah, I wanted to help you out because I assumed you were going to be sorting something out. But the truth is, we're all subjected to that turnaround time.
Yeah.
And that you have to find a different hospital. If she gets combative, you can be like, I don't know. I thought I was really helping you by letting you do this for the last, 6 weeks. But this is not tenable long term.
Yeah.
What's the idea? She just does this as long as she's your sister and you live alone.
No, and I get that you're like, well, she's nice. We get along. Our husbands get along. I don't care who she is. I don't want her in my house every week.
You know, you're married. And even if you weren't, even if you lived alone, like, you need to reset. She's there every week. That's exhausting. And a full weekend, someone's in your space.
Just to run in, to on call. So you don't even know how long they're going to be. They're just there waiting to get a call.
Oh, right. Interesting. No, it's just not working. And you simply say to her, this is what you say. You say, hey, I wanted to kind of put it out there that I think we've kind of reached a limit for, how would I say this? I'd be like, hey, I'm trying to give you the exact language because she absolutely cannot. It really it bothers me that you agreed to it. without any stipulation of like, yeah, for like a few weeks. So I think you just say to her, hey, we're about to go out of town. And because we're going out of town, I wanted to kind of broach the subject of you finding a better way to do your turnarounds. I was sort of always under the impression that you were going to be finding a long-term solution. But as lovely as you are, as much as we love your husband, like it's really not tenable to have you over once a week and for a full weekend. Jerry and I have things that we want to do, people we want to hang out with. And it's just before it causes a rift between our friendship, which I cherish, I wanted to broach this. Like if you broach the idea, like I remember one time I said someone's name wrong and they were like, hey, if we're going to be friends for a long time, I want to make sure you know my name, like you say my name properly. And that kind of said it like, hey, like I value you and I'm coming from a place of like making sure that we're both cool versus like, actually it's pronounced Georgia, you know? That being said, I say my friend Irina's name wrong all the time.
How are you saying it? Irina?
I say Irina.
Oh, you're really putting some spin on it.
She's Russian. And so I'm like, this is how it should sound to me. And it took her months. She goes, I have to tell you, it's Irina. And like as recent as like last week while I was getting a bug off of her, I go, oh my God, Irina. She goes, Irina. I felt so bad. It's not cute. It's not fun. It's not fun.
I can't get over the gall of this person who just said, so I'm going to stay with you every week. Sound good? Okay. That's wild.
There's two versions of this. There's one, either she is like, of course you're going to want to help me out, or like this is her MO in life and she does take advantage because she knows that people won't say anything, but you are going to say something and you're going to draw a boundary. It's drawn. Yeah. The information is out there. You can't come over. And she'll be like, so can I not stay? And you could be like, we're going out of town. We really don't want to deal with the hassle of in and out. It doesn't make us comfortable. That's not a you thing.
Change the locks.
Does she have a key?
After, just if she has a key and you lay down the law and you give a last date, don't leave her with a key while you're out of town for 2 weeks. Basically,
that's fair. I mean, she's not going to do anything, but that's fair. And once and I do encourage you, whatever you say very little.
Don't over-explain yourself.
That's right. And we all do it because then it becomes like, okay, well, maybe like once a month you could stay because it is shitty. It's like, why can't I just stay over once a month? And it's like, because we're all adults and a lot of nurses do get Airbnbs and figure it out. And if you love it that much, then you need to move closer. Like it's not on you to help support her lifestyle. Especially, I just want to say, like, I don't know what kind of hospital this is. Like, especially if it's the kind of thing where like the farther out you live, the nicer your life is.
Oh,
like if it's like a big city and you live closer, so maybe your house isn't as big. And she's like, I'm just luxuriating out in the country. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This isn't working having a third person there.
No.
Hopefully you have kids and you can be like, it's just, like we're a family and this is not working, but and who cares if your husband helps the husband with yard work? You know how many agreements set up?
Do your own yard work.
Hey, we're going out of town and I wanted to put this out there because I wanted to put this out there to give you time to make an arrangement. But for the sake of our friendship, like I love being friends with you. So I want to be transparent. I think we've kind of hit our limit with having you stay. And so I wanted to be transparent and give you time to find another arrangement for your 30-hour turnaround or whatever. In the spirit of our friendship, because I don't want you to feel like I kicked you out, but I also don't want to resent always having it's tough. You know what? Fucking no. Anybody with any sense that you actually want to be friends with would be like, oh my God, and you've been so generous. Absolutely.
Yes. Also, nurses, we want to hear from you in the Patreon chat. Like, I cannot wait to post this episode and like get the feedback from the nurses because this must be wild behavior. I can't even comprehend.
I guarantee you, if you look at your friendship, there's other areas where she's like scooched a little bit. But again, it's her answer to what you say that informs you about your friendship.
Yeah. Can you guess, out of the categories we usually get, let's say our biggest categories are bridesmaids, nurses, okay? Can you guess what a third category would be that we've been getting more often recently that I always want to do?
It's office. It's inner office smells and issues.
Smells. So we got one email that said, I hope I have a smelly house. And I was like, we got to do it.
Smelly house, yeah. Smelly coworker. I'm like, look, we all know this is an HR thing. I don't care about that. I don't want to.
I love a smell. So I just actually, I probably talked about this before. I rewatched Parasite recently, and I'm like, oh, that poor smell. That poor man smelling.
That woman was so allergic to peach fuzz.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you could be out in the world and be that allergic to it.
No, somebody's eating a peach out there, but oh, she'd have such a hard time with those guys from Call Me by Your Name. Okay, hi team. That's my type 5. Me and my fiance finally bought our first house together back in October 2025 after saving for years. It is a cute little single family home with a basement and a yard and a bathroom upstairs and downstairs. We can pee at the same time. Yay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The reason we can afford such luxuries is because the house is very outdated, like wallpaper in both aforementioned bathrooms. A married couple lived here until they were both well into their upper 80s.
Until they both died in your fucking basement. What is in that basement?
And then the house was vacant for a year while their family emptied and prepared to sell.
And buried the bodies in the basement and did not exorcise the souls. You got stinky souls.
It's not that it smells like dirt or moldy. It's just that signature funky old person smell. I clean, burn candles, cook great meals, leave windows open on breezy days. But even after living here for 8 months, I'll walk into the house after a few days away with a fresh nose, and that Nana smell is so apparent. It is super jarring when it's your house. Any advice on what to do to make my house smell good or just fresher? There's only one room with carpet. Everywhere else is hardwood floors, and we even had the vents cleaned and the AC serviced when we first moved in. Eventually, we will redo some of the rooms, especially my precious bathrooms, but that will have to wait until after our wedding. Thanks, Morgan.
Morgan, do you think you have mold?
She says it doesn't smell moldy, but it's like pot. Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious about the inspection.
You don't know what's in those walls. Like, those walls could have been made with like horse hair and glue. Like, you don't know what's in the walls. I think you also have olfactory PTSD. Like, I think you have the trauma of like if you think it smells, then it smells. So I would be interested if you had enough people come over and say it doesn't smell, if you could kind of put it out of your brain, because it might be like that phantom limb thing where you can like still feel it even though it's not there. Or your house is haunted with a stinky soul.
I know that there's a thing you can do. It's called like a ozone something, like it blasts the air, it zaps the air. There's some sort of like ozone treatment.
Ionizing.
Maybe? Yeah. Get some filters going. Put some air filters in the different rooms. See what those pick up. Do some dehumidifier.
Air.
Like just start sucking stuff out of the air and the walls and see what's up.
I wonder where you live. Like, do you live in like Augusta? Like, do you live somewhere that's like ancient and haunted and swampy? Like, do your neighbors' houses smell?
Oh.
Did you look in the basement? Did you check under it? Have you had a priest? Have you had a mold inspector come? Because what you don't want to do, sorry folks, is have Glade plugins, scented candles, unstoppable, unpoppables, uncrustables, whatever those fucking things are you put in your washing machine that make your clothes smell like unholy lavender. Like, these are all not great long-term for your biome and your lungs. You do not want to be smelling and inhaling anything burning, anything synthetic. Sorry, incense. Like, you just don't want to be doing that. Fresh air is great if the air is clean, which it isn't here. I feel like it's just the actual old wood and the glue they use to make it, to like put the wallpaper on and stuff. Can you repaint? Can you? Those are the things that I would do, but I do think it's a ghost.
You've also had your windows open, but have you had like fans going? Because I just wonder, I'm imagining two old people sitting in the house and not moving for 80 years, and like that air gets heavy. Like, is it just? But that's you just need to circulate
old,
that
Emily.
air out.
They weren't old when they were younger. They're not old.
They weren't
40.
old when they were young. I know. I'm just trying to think like this. What has this old person smell just hang there? There should be you should be able to hire someone to come to your house and find a smell.
I'm telling you, it's me.
Fix it.
It's me. I have the nose for it, and I'm telling you, I think a lot of this is not placebo, but I think a lot of this is mental. I think
Well,
you
you're
think the
looking
house smells.
for it.
So the house smells. And so
Yeah.
I think that's why I said at the beginning, get some other people in there after you've cleaned it and you've painted all the stuff and see what they say. Because enough people you trust being like, it does not smell. And it's interesting to me because you're like, when we're gone and we come back. But is it bothering you when you're in it for a day?
Because you're used
you do
to
go
it.
You go nose blind. So I'm saying maybe it's not really real. And it's just like, can you live with it while you're there? Or is it every time you're gone for a while and come back? I think
Can
it's
your
mental.
fiance smell it?
And get a priest in there just in case it's a Catholic ghost.
I got a box in the mail the other day that was a scientific anomaly. It was one of my friend's comics, and I opened it, and it smelled as though someone had farted in the box and sealed it up. And I don't know if that's possible. It could not have smelled more like someone bought a fart. And
Like a fresh fart.
like a fresh fart. And I don't understand the science of how I opened the box, and I truly was like, it's like when they buy Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. It's like I bought a fart and it was mailed to me. And I'm still upset about it. And I don't understand smell and how it travels and how it clings. And I don't like it.
What's faster, smell or sound?
I think the smell is slow and encompassing.
It's like a thing. It's like the mist.
Yeah.
Noah's dad and stepmom brought over like a few boxes of like childhood remnants or something under the guise of, we want you to have this, but really they were like, get this fucking shit from your childhood out of our house. And Noah's like, I didn't ask you to keep this. And I opened one of the boxes and it was dank, not like weed, like dank, crypty, basementy. These books haven't seen the light of day since the 80s. And it gave me like a weird throat thing. Like it probably had mold, and I inhaled it and it like got in there. So that's very real.
Yeah.
Thanks for these drawings from when he was in the first grade. You know how men love to hang on to stuff like that. So it was just me throwing it out. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Hello to all of the Pod Squad, Fur and Human Babies, Noah, and of course, Hot Scotty. Please play the song.
Hot Scotty number one, Hot Scotty. Hot Scotty number two, Hot Scotty.
Longtime listener and fan, first time question asker. I, 35, female, have been with my boyfriend, 38, male, for what will be 9 years in November.
Wow.
We met in college in 2009. He was my neighbor at the time. We kept in touch through the years, but our lives never aligned until 2016, when timing and fate worked out, and the rest is history. We recently got engaged, June 5th of this year.
Finally.
Jeez. Earlier this year.
How long do you have to know a person? Jesus.
Earlier this year, his mom was diagnosed with bile duct cancer. Very aggressive, no cure. She's had 12 procedures and hasn't even started chemo yet.
What is that? I've
It's
only
just-
thought of a duct in terms of a tear duct.
No, bile duct. I feel like it's
What
just
is that?
brutal. I feel like anything in the stomach area is brutal.
There's a duct
Yeah.
I got to worry about?
Yeah. You got to watch out. His little sister passed away in her sleep with an inconclusive autopsy 5 months into us dating, April 2017.
What?
His mom has always been a very involved mom, a little too much at times, if you ask me, but we are also very appreciative of everything she's done for us. Now that we are officially engaged, his mom has been wanting to be overly involved in planning. She wanted to go dress shopping with me less than 48 hours of us being engaged. I shot that down, but then she spent the whole day on the phone with me. She later apologized and said she thought maybe there would be more people I'd want to have when I go dress shopping, which obviously I'd want at the very least to have my mom. Not that we have a good relationship, really only talk on holidays and birthdays, but I think she should be there. Well, why? His mom is pushing very hard for us to get married in October of this year. I think mostly because in her mind, she feels like she doesn't have time and deserves to see us get married.
Is it in her mind, or is that in a medical diagnosis?
Yeah. I'm not saying she doesn't, but we are leaning more towards February. We went to tour a venue today, 1 week and 1 day after the proposal. She's already trying to plan the food based off the menu they have. So to my question, how can my fiance and I plan the wedding we want on our terms without her pushing and butting in with all of her opinions? It's stressing me out at a time where I should be in a post-engagement bliss phase of my life. I've already had a handful of cry fests over all of this. By the time you read it, might be more. Much love from us and our 2 fur kids. E from Michigan.
She's dying.
This is really hard.
E, first of all, it's like you don't want to be tacky and be like, how much time do you have? Because it could be, I don't know anything about stomach stuff, feels like that goes pretty quickly. I could be wrong. Is she in treatments where it could extend her life? What you don't want is she's hysterical and the doctor's like, you could live another 2 years. But you don't know. And these things can take a turn. The issue, this is all coming from a ultimately good place in that.
No, I don't think that.
Well,
But
you don't
continue.
like your parents. It's coming from a place of she wants to be there to see her son get married. And this is how she, even if she wasn't sick, she would be acting this way. But there's a sense of urgency because she sees how limited her time is. So I have so much empathy for that. That being said, just because she's dying doesn't mean it's her wedding. She just wants to be there. And
she doesn't just want to be there. She also wants to control the dress shopping and the food. And none of that has anything to do with the moved up timetable.
No, but I was saying, be that as it may, just because she's dying doesn't mean we get to have like an all Indian buffet if you wanted Italian. Like it just, one has nothing to do with the other. The dress shopping, I understand. And I think that I guarantee you that just came out of a place of being hysterical. But she did understand that you're like, that you might want other people there. I think you sit down with her because just like there's this thing where women are like, and I drew a boundary. And it's like talking to people, like giving them the benefit of the doubt. I think you sit down with this woman that you've known for 9 years and you say, I want you to be a part of this planning. I understand that you are like dealing with a lot right now, but I also need you to understand that it is our wedding and we do want to do things a certain way. And I would like to include you in certain aspects of it. So what's the best way to do that? Like letting her know like, hey, you could be part of this, especially because your mom's not really in the picture and she wants, you don't want her to feel left out. And so I think it's like reassuring someone like, we're not going to cut you out, but I cannot and will not take every suggestion. I want to be able to plan this my way. And I'm sure you can appreciate that. And if she can't, it doesn't matter. And you can just like take less and less of those phone calls and texts and make sure, as we always say, that your fiance is the one in between. And that it's always, we want this, not you want this.
I think that you need to sit down with your fiance first, because nowhere in this am I hearing your fiance wants to move up or doesn't want to move up the timetable. It's his mother. And I think one consideration is one school of thought is like wanting to do it as quickly as possible. But the other is if she passed tomorrow, then you're having your wedding in October for no reason. I just think that's really hard unless the doctor has given a timetable. And it is up to your husband how comfortable he is with having a wedding in February. And if he says, yeah, I want it in February, I think my mom will be around. Great. Like
he doesn't care though.
Well,
what's happening is he doesn't care. And so it's you, as always, left like, but I really want October. And he's like, yeah, we could do October. Emily and I are both saying like he needs to be put between and it needs to be a united front, you and him. And you could even talk to her and be like, I appreciate how you're feeling. I want you involved in aspects of it, but we are going to do it our way. And so I'd love you there, but I can't take information in this way.
Well, I also do want to push back against this idea that you think your mother should be at dress shopping, even though you don't like her and you don't get along. Who do you want to be at dress shopping? Is it your mom and his mom? No? Then go with your friends.
That's friends.
Like,
yeah.
What is it that would make you have a good wedding? Because I think there is a line to be drawn of like giving this woman what she wants a little bit. Like just like not keep her totally out of it. But also this is your wedding and you will remember it as your wedding and you don't want it to be the mother-in-law show, because I think that also is not going to be a good memory of her.
She doesn't get to plan anything. Her input could be great. Maybe she has great taste. Maybe she doesn't. It is going to be a bummer if she dies in December and you're like, should have done it in October. Just make sure you don't dig your heels in on random things because she is overstepping on some other things. Like make sure that you really want it in February for specific reasons versus just, I don't want to do what she wants to do, because she just wants to be there. And so it could be like, maybe we can make October work, but I need, like, you're going to plan it your way regardless. She needs to know that. And what you're wanting to tell her is like, I'm going to do it my way. So please stop suggesting it. And I think sometimes just being heard is half the battle, because at the end of the day, she can't force you to do X, Y, and Z. You don't have to read her emails, have to read her texts. But Emily's not wrong about the mother being there thing. I think you're hurt by your mother. And so you're wanting her to be there because it feels right. But don't have your mom there if it's going to be negative.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what kind of mother only speaks to her daughter twice a year. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that's her. But I doubt having her at the wedding dress shopping, if she's so toxic you can only talk to her twice a year, is going to feel that good. We always want to tick these boxes to make life feel the way that we were told it should feel. I went wedding dress shopping with my mom. I barely remember it. Weren't you there?
Yeah. Your most special people, me.
But my mom was there for one of them.
I might have just
we
been
took a
there
day.
For later bits.
I think so. But my mom and I took a day to go around. But I may have gone with like a friend at one point. Like, you don't have to go just one time.
Yeah. You had a couple of different days where you went to different parts of town.
God, I remember I went with a friend. She got engaged. And we went, and it was like closing in 15 minutes. And we went to this place because she like asked them to give her champagne, which is so sad. I remember her like wanting it so badly.
The
Like, can we have
experience.
champagne? And of course the guy was a dud and they didn't get married and whatever. But like, nothing. It's just so hard for people to hear, because it would be hard for me to hear if you told me this about the rest of my life. But like, there are so many moments in your life that are perfect because they are the way that you want them to be, not because it's like the Hallmark version.
Yeah.
Like, in my perfect wedding, I would not have cried all the way down the aisle, and I would have like been more and it all is such a blur.
Yeah.
Like, you think these things and maybe you'll treasure it forever, but like, and that is why the wedding industry and like the maternity industry thrives, because they're like, you're gonna want to remember this forever. And it's like, I don't need to capture my like breastfeeding journey with my daughter with like milk jewelry. Like, maybe I don't, all the pictures you take, here's them at 2 months. You never look at it again. You might in like 50 years, but this pressure to capture every moment so that you always look like, you got to do what's going to feel good to you. And if it feels wrong to not have your mom there, then have her. This woman is dying. So you want her to feel honored and special, and you want her to feel like she's included, but you don't want that to put a dark cloud over the experience. So you need to make yourself heard, and it needs to be with you and the husband.
Yes.
As a united front. We want.
Yeah, especially because this is a burden he will carry more so, however he feels about his mom being there or not being there. That's something that he's going to live with.
Ask him, like, how do you want your mom involved? And if he's like, she just loves planning dessert. I love my mom so much. I'm not hearing mom means so much to my husband and he really wants that. I think he, like most men, and this is fine, is just like, yeah, it's whatever. This is awful and morbid. The good news is it doesn't matter if you're a good daughter-in-law, because she's going to die soon. So you don't have to like think about that, but it's about how do you want this woman to feel knowing that she's giving you her son that she loves so much? You just don't want it to, I don't know. I think there's a way to like gracefully include her while letting her know that like you're going to do it your way. But you would love her input on certain things.
Yeah. We got to follow
Unless
up
she's paying for it and you're not telling us.
Oh, no. I don't think so. I think that would have been mentioned.
Bile duct cancer.
It just sounds bad. We got a follow up from a question that we were aghast by, which was when someone wrote in and said that they were asking for advice for their friend Ashley, who is the matron of honor in her friend Susan's wedding. Ashley was planning the bachelorette and bridal shower, and Susan was going to have 60 people at the shower and thought Ashley would pay. And we were like, what? No.
We were appalled.
Like, all the other bridesmaids were not replying. And she's just like, what do I do? So, red hot update.
Red hot update.
Hi, Iliza and Emily. Thank you so much for answering my question about my friend who was concerned about paying for a 60-plus person wedding shower, or I should have said bridal shower. To answer your question, Susan, the one who's expecting all this, was a bridesmaid in Ashley's wedding. I was the maid of honor and kept the cost for the bridal party very low. So now Susan's like, let me see what I can get out of these people. I encouraged Ashley to let Susan know that she wouldn't be responsible for the cost of the shower. I also sent
60
Ashley
people. Yeah.
60 is so many people. I also sent Ashley your response, and she felt extremely empowered and justified to say something.
Is she a listener now?
She better be.
Now that we got her out of paying for fucking half an Indian wedding.
Well, it turns out that Susan said her mother would help Ashley plan the shower. Ashley took this opportunity to text Susan's mom to suggest some ideas about the bridal shower and added she wouldn't be able to afford the cost of the shower for so many people. Susan's mom replied that Ashley was being silly and they did not expect her to pay for everything.
There you go.
Well, because she got caught. Ashley was very relieved, but we can't help but wonder why this wasn't clearly communicated in the first place, as it would have saved everyone a lot of confusion. Thanks for always keeping it real with your fresh and humorous takes. This podcast is the highlight of my week.
Because Susan's a selfish bitch.
Yeah, I think they were going to see what they could get. And then when you were like, no, she's like, oh, of course we weren't going to ask you to pay. Like, you're being silly. Like, okay, well.
Maybe. You know what that's kind of up there with when people are like asking about free tickets? They're like, happy to pay. I'm like, no, you're not. Because if you were happy to pay, you would have paid.
You would have just bought the tickets, right? But I do think that's that dance that you do of like, it feels so crazy to me to ask for something for free that I have to like prove I'm good for it. Like there's something about that, like when you pretend to pull out, like when I'm with my parents and I pretend to pull out my wallet. And they're like, we're not going to let you pay. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm not just going to sit there and stare at the ceiling either. So I don't know. I do get being like, I could I'll just buy if you don't have any other ticket, I'll just buy tickets. It's not, but if you happen to have one, and it's just empty seat and you're dying for me to sit there, I could go.
I could do it.
I could do it.
I wonder if the mom always knew because what I'm not hearing is like, we're paying for all of it. It was like some of it.
That's
why
the other
should
thing.
you have to pay for any of it? Why should Ashley have to pay for any of it?
I don't like that she's like
other than like, here's the $50 for what I ate or something, and I covered the bride or something.
Or
I do
you
wonder,
pick up decorations and you don't ask for those to be reimbursed.
Right. I wonder if Susan's mom was like, we'll take care of it. Susan didn't convey that. And she was like, let's just see if I can get her to pay. And then the mom was like, what? Either way, I don't like these people.
Or even the mom being like, oh, we wouldn't expect you to pay for all of it. Like, it should be, of course we're paying.
Is she
I would
saying
love
all
your
of it?
suggestions.
She's not saying pay for all of it. She's saying pay for all of it, which is totally different.
Yeah, well, so this is in writing, and this is through like a fourth party. So I still think they were being shady, and I'm glad Ashley felt empowered and called them out, because I think they were going to bilk Ashley for whatever they could.
It's not your friend. And it's like I always say, weddings bring out the best and the worst in people. More the worst.
More the worst. Top of the cob.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob.
From a fan, we have, the bottom. Every new appliance having a little jingle when they finish a cycle. Just beep.
Oh.
I don't want a 15-second song to know my oven is preheated.
It's always like a weird Chinese kind of like foreign like nursery rhyme.
There's one that's like da 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 da. Like they just all and
That's
they just
Japanese.
keep going, and you're like,
That's katamari. That's Japanese. Mine goes like this. My dryer, and it fucks up recordings, ad reads, Zooms, podcasts. It goes.
Yes.
And there's no da at the end. It goes off so much because we do so much laundry that we have a song that we sing to it. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
It's about the dog because we call her Donathan. Remember the Donathan Club?
Yes.
Then we call her Don Cuco, which is, I think, a Mexican restaurant. It goes like this.
Oh, it's a good
I'm
Mexican.
Donathan Cuco, she say. I'm Donathan Cuco, she say. Chene. She's also Chene.
I feel like it sounds so light and breezy when you sing it, but when it's happening, it feels like it goes forever and it's never going to stop happening.
It is so long, and there's a hand gesture. I'm Jonathan Kuko. Okay. Jonathan Kuko. I'm Jonathan Kuko. Jonathan Kuko, she say. I'm Jonathan Kuko. Jonathan Kuko, she say. Shanae. Shanae. Shanae.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I woke up her 8th nap of the day.
Yeah, she looks so tired from her hard life. I mean, that makes almost this a top of the cob when I hear it next, but it does just, I'm just like, what is going on? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
My bottom is my pride, my hubris. I ordered an item that I shouldn't be trusted with. Have you ever seen an earwax cleaner that has a little camera built in?
Oh.
And an app. And you put the little Q-tip in your ear and you can see in your ear on a camera.
Are you doing this for our Patreon or no?
What do you mean?
Are you going to show the footage?
Show the footage? I don't know. It's pretty embarrassing in there. It's kind of shocking. But here's the thing. I shouldn't be trusted with this because I'm already digging too deep. I'm seeing too much. I'm digging too deep. And I literally got it yesterday and I'm scared I'm going to Lena Dunham myself because I'm looking and I'm like, oh, if I just go a little further, I could reach. And
what
it's like,
Lena
no,
Dunham
don't go
do?
further. And there's that like famous Girls episode where she like Q-tips into her brain and like has to go to the hospital or something.
Oh.
And it reminded a new generation of people we're not supposed to put Q-tips in our ears.
You definitely have to. What if you did it so deep and there was like a whole other world on the inside?
I am looking in there and I am like, I'm like looking on my camera. It's an app and I'm just like, oh my God, what's going on in there? It's crazy. It's so wild. I don't have it on me, but I'll take a screenshot later.
For our Patreon? Please?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'll show you the inside of my ear for our Patreon.
Well, mine's lame. My top of the cob. I'm sorry, bottom of the cob. Are we doing bottom?
Bottom.
A mealy apple. Like, I had a bunch of Fuji apples sitting. My mom put them in the refrigerator. And she was like, because then they're cold and crisp. And I was like, no, we leave them out. But she's right. Like a cold, crisp apple, slicing it, just eating it, so decadent. But when you're looking forward to eating an apple, as I do, and it's mealy, and you're like just mushing through, and there's no way to check for mealiness. Like some are just bad apples. It's just such a buzzkill.
A bad fruit. I hate a bad blueberry. I got you.
Oh, not sweet. A big blackberry that has no flavor. A sort of sinewy mango. Anyway. A non-taut grape. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Top of the cup from a listener. Lovely. Hearing the joy in my elderly father's voice today as I talked about all the work I'm doing on his old motorcycle he gave me last weekend. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
You're like, I broke it down into several piles of pieces and I'm making a robot.
I'm turning them into lamps.
I'm making, it's a lamp curling iron. I'm turning them into lamps is funny.
I just think of like upcycling. Like now it's always a lamp. I turn this into a lamp. Okay, well that's great.
I had a joke with Jody Miller about how everything in her house, like she's a big like Fish-Azzetti person, and like everything is like, it's an old printing press. Now it's a coffee table. It's an old like steel mill gear shift set, and now it's her refrigerator. Like everything. This is a fishing pole that you can hang pictures on. Like everything was something else. This is a Tin Man, and it's a body pillow. All right.
My top of the cob is Iles's nail grew in back normal from when we went to the ER. It's just as pointy as the other ones, and it scratched me. Yay, Iles. What's your top?
It's so small, but this is why I created this groundbreaking segment. Mm-hmm. When you have a hair, usually when you're doing makeup, but like a hair caught in your eyelashes or on your eyeball. And usually it's not a hair, it's like a fiber, like from a stuffed animal or something synthetic, just pulling out a long fiber from your eye. Like a long like thread, maybe from a shirt or a hair, like a limp, loose hair that's been caught and like something's bothering you. And then you get it and it's like almost see-through and you just pull it out and like get all the relief. You get
Can I add on to that? when you pull
Like
like a
put
hair
a
out of your,
camera.
out of your
What?
butt crack.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You pull a hair out like, oh,
You're like, is there something to be attached to it at the bottom?
oh
Pull out that
no.
whole bile duct.
No. End this episode.
That's great.